Welcome back. 23 ABC in depth tonight. Come November, voters in Kern County will decide whether or not to regulate the medical and recreational use of marijuana. Two separate ballot measures will be before voters in November. They both affect unincorporated areas of Kern County. And one of the architects of one of those measures, Ben Eilenberg, joining us live in Studio B tonight. Ben, Mr. Eilenberg, thank you so much for being here with us. You're an attorney and marijuana consultant working with groups most recently in San Bernardino County as they rolled out regulation there. Now, you're setting your sights here on Kern County. Your measure would essentially regulate both commercial and medical use, along with setting up two zones in the county off Interstate 5 for manufacturing, cultivation, and distribution. Your measure also caps the number of retail dispensaries in the county. Talk about the measure and the likelihood you think that this will get passed by voters in November.
Thank you for having me. And I'll start at the end. I think that we have a very good shot that the measure will pass. As you said, there are two different measures and the voters have two different options, or of course the option of not passing one at all. But the voters of Kern have been very vocal about the fact that they do want regulation and taxation in Kern. To talk about the measure, what we have is a measure designed to promote the agricultural and manufacturing backbone that Kern already provides for California and the nation, and help turn that agricultural backbone in part into the cannabis industry, which California legalized in 2016 for commercial use.
Now, the critics of this will say, some of your critics, one of them specifically, pot shop dispensary owner here, has said that some people gain in this situation either through property that's been already purchased or the different response times that have come here in terms of setting this up ahead of time. Do you stand personally to gain anything if this measure is passed, and your response to that?
I'm a lawyer. My salary remains the same whether it passes or not. No, I don't have anything to gain one way or the other than the fact that I think our regulation is actually very good and we put a lot of work into it. We talked with a lot of community groups, religious groups, veterans groups, government groups to try and come up with a good compromise. In fact, our measure is about 98% what was already put forward by the county planning director back when it was put to the Board of Supervisors. So it's not something where we came in and started fresh. We built off the backbone of the excellent work done by Lorelei Oviatt of the Planning Department.
Mr. Eilenberg, you probably followed the politics of this. Obviously, watching what's happening at the Board of Supervisors, there's been allegations from pot shop dispensary owners of fraud and conspiracy from several board members. One board member, Leticia Perez, is facing criminal conflict of interest charges stemming from her involvement in the marijuana vote that happened that you mentioned. Is this another layer of the controversy that we've been experiencing here in Kern County, or are these measures, if passed, a fail-safe to iron out all the history and bad blood that's really been created around this issue?
This is actually an opportunity to get past all of that, because the initiative measure in California is the opportunity for the voters to say, we're going to take the law and do exactly what should happen. It's the chance for direct action on a legislative level by the voters. So yes, this actually avoids all the controversy that has occurred and allows the voters to simply decide the fate for Kern County.